solution to quarantine hair is a bandana. Hi, hello, Life of Pi, a review. It's a terrible, devastating, just... What? 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 So essentially, if you didn't know about Life of Pi, essentially this guy's name, his name is Pi for Patel. Pissing Patel. Shortened to Pi because people kept calling him Pissing. Not a great name for a small child. He lives in India. His father owns a zoo. They decide to move to Canada with part of their zoo. They're trying to sell the zoo animals. The zoo animals are going to somewhere different. They're not going to Canada with them, essentially, but they're on the same boat. The boat sinks. And for, most of the book, Pi is on the boat with Richard Parker, the tiger. And he has lots of fun adventures. He weathers a storm, he learns how to fish, he finds fresh water in the ocean, and then he comes to this man-eating island. Oh, about like 3/4 of the way through, there's a man, and Pi is blind, and Richard Parker kills the man. Fun times. Then there is a flesh-eating island. It's totally fine in the morning, but at night, oh no, it will eat you. Great. It's also filled with meerkats. Why? I don't know. And then he gets found on a shore in Mexico. And then the people of the boat that sunk, like the people who were in charge of it, are like, hey, what happened? And he's like, this is my story. And they're like, we don't believe you. And then there's another story, and it's got parallels, and it's almost worse than having someone be like, and then it was all a dream. Devastating. I'm mad. I really wanted that island to be real. I don't care about the rest of it. I want that island to be real. I want there to be a flesh-eating island out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that nobody knows about. I want it. With all of my soul. My thoughts. Beautiful book. There's a passage somewhere in here, I think it's like chapter 56, about fear. There's a chapter about fear somewhere in here. And it's beautiful. And I couldn't stop reading it. Like, I read it multiple times. I think it's around 56. Yes, it is 56. Wow, that's how much I've read it. It begins with, I must say a word about fear. It is life's only true opponent. I love it. I love this entire passage. This is probably my favorite passage in the entire book, including the parts about the flesh-eating island, which is probably my second favorite part, because meerkats and flesh-eating island. Duh. So, I love this book. Beautifully written. Devastating storyline. I'm going to have questions about this for years. I finished it earlier today. I have spent the past hour just thinking about it. I cannot. So good. Would highly recommend. It is beautiful. And if you read it, I would like to have a conversation with you about which story you think is true. Or is it a combination of the few stories? Who do you think is the tiger? Is the tiger actually a tiger? Tiger has a name. His name is Richard Parker. He comes with a backstory. His backstory is pretty interesting. The other animals don't really have a backstory except for the orangutan. You don't hear about any of the other people until the end. I have so many questions. I don't want to read it again. And now I remember why, when I read it for school, I repressed those memories. Because I got to a certain point in the book and I was like, this all seems like new things. I haven't read this before. No, I read it before. I just didn't want to remember it. No siree. Read it. It's great. It's devastating. And we can mourn together about the loss of whatever it was, because we all lost something reading this book. We gained numerous things, but we also lost something, and we need to mourn that. I don't know quite what we lost, but when there's more than one of us, we can figure it out. So if you read this book, please let me know in the comments down below. Please, I need to talk to somebody about it. And I can't talk to my therapist about it because she hasn't read it either. And if you have any other books to suggest me reading, please do so, because the next one on the list is Fault in Our Stars. followed by To Kill a Mockingbird, followed by Moby Dick. I will be crying for days. I need something happy. I'm considering reading Harry Potter again. Not sure if it's going to give me the release that I need. Maybe I'll read Anne of Green Gables, except wait, no, that one made me cry too. Maybe I just need to stop crying over fictional characters and start wasting tears in my own life. Read it, please. Everybody read it. It's beautiful, and if you read it in school, I can guarantee you did not understand most of it. Even if you analyzed it to within an inch of its being, you need to read it again while not analyzing it. You need to read it again while not being forced to read it. I cannot explain to you how much this book has affected me unless you read it and are also affected. So I don't want to put it in my top books. I really don't, because I don't want to read it again. And I think the key of being in one of my top books is that I would want to read it again and again and again and again. I don't want to read this one again, but I'm so glad that I read it again. You know? Maybe I need to live another 6 years of my life before I read it again. I can do that. Then I'll have other theories. I'll have more life experiences to apply to the book. I'll read it again in 6 years. Until then, stay safe. It's a crazy world out there. Bye!